Welcome back to Elements of Art and our unit about line. I'm Natasha and I have another art question for you. Did you know that lines can speak? Take a look at this line. Does it say anything to you? Is it talking? How about this line? Does it speak to you at all? Well, I don't mean speak, of course, but when we see lines around us, they can inspire different emotional states or convey messages. While a line seems like a simple thing, lines can have vast differences in their line quality, and those characteristics can often talk in various ways. In the previous lesson, we learned the definition for line and how it is one of the foundational elements for the drafting of an artwork or a composition. In this lesson, we are going to focus on line quality and connected emotions. The first question we're going to ask today is, what is line quality? We will view different examples and terms related to line quality, identify 6 main types of line, understand how to make line variations, and view multiple art examples that will assist us in seeing how the quality of a line can create a specific emotional response. Be sure to have your lesson notes from the PDF at the ready, because here we go. So first, what is line quality? Another term for quality is a characteristic. Anything can have a quality. For instance, look at this pencil. It is straight, yellow, has a pointed end, a rounded eraser. I'm sure there's even more characteristics that you can see. The qualities of the pencil are its visual descriptors. We're going to take this same concept and apply it to the element of line. So, line quality refers to the visual characteristics of the line drawn. By being aware of line quality and using it intentionally, we can create artwork that is more interesting and emotive to the viewer. Let's start off by identifying 6 main types of line: horizontal, vertical, diagonal, zigzag, curved, and variety. Horizontal lines are straight lines that are parallel to the horizon. They can be considered as lines that move from left to right or east to west. Vertical lines run up and down or north and south. They are perpendicular to horizontal lines, meaning they go in the exact opposite direction and would intersect at a 90-degree angle if they were drawn on top of one another. A diagonal line is a straight line that is slanting in any direction other than horizontal and vertical. Diagonal lines can have any degree of tilt outside of 90 or 180. A curved line is one that is not straight. It bends in one or more directions in a smooth fashion. A zigzag line consists of multiple diagonal lines connected at the ends. It can vary in the acuteness of the created angles. Variety lines are any type of line that doesn't fall within the other 5 categories, or they can contain some combination of the other line types. Now that we have an idea of the 6 basic line types, we can talk about variations. In what ways can we alter the appearance of a line? Alterations of line quality can be made in a variety of ways, including weight, length, direction, and texture. The weight refers to a line's thickness or thinness. Weight can be altered for an entire line or can change throughout a line's length. The length of a line is simply how long or short it is. A line's length can even visually extend off the page. The direction of a line is the angle at which it is directed. Direction is a quality you can add to curved, zigzag, and other mixed variety lines. You cannot change the direction of a vertical, horizontal, or diagonal line as then they may no longer be classified as such. The texture of a line refers to its edges or smoothness of application, how hard or soft a line is. A textured line could be a scratchy line or an interrupted line. Now, we have discussed different types of lines and methods to add variety to those lines, but the best part to learn is all of these line qualities can be mixed. For instance, you could have a long curved diagonal line, or two perpendicular zigzag lines, or an interrupted curly line. The possibilities are endless. Take a moment and think of some combinations on your own. There are a myriad of options when it comes to line quality. Pause the video and try out some variations in line type combinations. There is space on your lesson notes to sketch in a few. Now let's look at a few artworks. See if you can find any of the line types or variations in the line qualities for each piece. For each artwork, pause the video and list or describe the kinds of lines that you see in the area provided on your lesson notes. This is a work by Vincent van Gogh. It was created in 1889 and is titled Wheat Field with Cypresses. This is a work by Vasily Kandinsky. It was created in 1922 and is untitled. This is a work by Piet Mondrian. It was created in 1912 and is titled Eucalyptus. I'm sure you were able to see many of the different line types and variations in those pieces. Here are just a few highlighted in each piece. You can see the lines in the artworks highlighted in red. There are many, many more lines in each artwork than are marked in red. We only marked a few to help define the overall line quality. Now that we have an idea of line quality, we're ready to talk about how lines can speak. It is time to discuss the emotive quality of line. Did you know that line quality can affect how a viewer feels when they look at an artwork? Look at the following examples of simple lines and take a moment to consider, how do these make you feel? Example 1. A straight, thin, horizontal line. Example 2. A zigzag line with heavy and light strokes. Example 3. A thick, interrupted horizontal line. Example 4. A dense spiral line. Each should have provided a different feeling, sensation, or thought. Let's take another look at our 6 types of line and discuss their related emotive natures. Horizontal lines are used to give a feeling of stability or peace. They're often used to show distance. Vertical lines are used to represent height or strength because of how they are anchored to the ground and extend upwards. Diagonal lines can be used in an artwork to suggest movement in different directions, or a sense of being off kilter. A single, strong diagonal line in a composition can represent a feeling of force. Curved lines can be used to provide a feeling of comfort or calm. They're also perfect for representing natural forms like the human body or rolling hills. Zigzag lines are useful for conveying activity or excitement, but can also be used to give a feeling of stress or restlessness. Variety lines can be used to fulfill any other emotive needs you have in a piece. They can convey any combination of emotions of the other 5 types of line, or provide their own unique sensations to viewers. Now that we've discussed the emotive nature of line, let's take another look at those 3 pieces from earlier. This time, think about how the quality of line you see in each piece may make you feel a certain way or remind you of different ideas, thoughts, memories, etc. Pause the video and take a moment to write down your emotive observations on your lesson notes for each painting. Looking at the painting by Van Gogh, we see many curved lines. There are some variety lines in the clouds and bushes, and repetition of small parallel diagonal lines in the grasses as well. But overall, we see no real strong horizontals or verticals. Primarily, all of the lines are curved. When we look back at what curved lines typically emote, we see that they often give a natural or organic feeling to the work. Looking at this piece, the curved lines in the grass, bushes, and clouds allow you to almost feel the breeze blowing through the field, giving an overall feeling of tranquility. Now, let's analyze this piece by Kandinsky. The types of lines we see are very different from Van Gogh's work. We see some strong diagonal lines, bold, thick lines, and some curved lines sprinkled throughout. The placement and mixture of the lines appear energetic and happy, almost like confetti falling. The strong central diagonal line puts the viewer's eye slightly off balance and, in combination with all the other lines, adds to the feeling of a dance or party. Looking at this last work by Mondrian, we see lines that appear aggressive. There are different types of lines like curved and horizontal with varieties in width and texture. There's also a lot of overlapping. In viewing the artwork, it appears that the lines were done with quickness and force, especially in the areas where the lines appear jagged or doubly drawn. With the lines being drawn so roughly and close together, it creates an overall feeling of stress. So now that you understand the concept of line quality in art and know the different types of lines and variations and the emotive quality of line, you will be able to create unique line-based artworks that speak in the way that you intend. Taking time to analyze line quality in other artworks and practicing different line types and variations will help you to continually create better results. Have fun practicing, and remember, art is all around you. Hey.